List is one of the most commonly used data structure in Python. Do you know how to create list in Python? Do you know how to add, modify, update and delete elements in the list? Watch out this video till end to know in detail about various list operations in Python. Thanks for subscribing this channel, and if you are new to this channel, then click on the subscribe button below this video to get connected with aipython, and also stay informed about our future video uploads. You can connect with us at various social platforms available at your screen right now. You can also visit www.aipython.in website to get documentation and contents of this video. Give a thumbs up to the video if you like the content. It definitely gives us a motivation to produce more informative content like this. Hello everyone and welcome to aipython. This is lesson number 12 and we are going to learn everything about list in Python. You can find the link for Python basic playlist from the I button displayed at the top right corner of this video right now. So agenda for today's videos are list in Python, what is the list, why we need list in Python, accessing elements in the list, list operations in Python, sorting a list in Python. Further list is whatever we are not going to cover in this video, we'll be covering in another video. What is list actually in Python? So list is a collection of data of any type combined together under one name. You store different data type together in a single unit. If you're not aware of the data type, I would recommend to watch out the previous video about the data types in Python, and the link for the same is given at the top right corner of this video. In general term, day-to-day understanding, we can understand list using a practical example of grocery store. In grocery store, you can find a different object placed together in one shelf. It could be of different material, different quality, different composition. Similar to the grocery store structure, we have a similar concept in Python. They are known as list. So we club together many data in the list. So list is mutable. That means the element in the list can be changed. We'll see in the further section of this video how those changes happens in list. As far as list is considered, we have elements and the corresponding index. So all the elements are stored which holds a specific index. As we know, elements could be of any data type. You can store integer in this list, similar like shown here, as well as float data type in the list, strings in the list, as well as mixed data type. So all different data types or similar data type can be stored in the list. So moving ahead, why we need list in Python? We need ordered collection of data to be used in the program. The data should be in order. Each element holds a unique address or index, you can say. Element could be removed, replaced or added in the list. Loop sequence could be used to iterate over a list. So we'll see in future videos that how we can use list to iterate over a loop. In case if you don't know about loop and sequences, we'll be coming up with the control structure in our later part of this video series. Element could be arranged or stored, easy to access any element. With all these reasons, we use list in Python. Creating a list in Python is very easy task. So the syntax for creating a list in Python is you have to decide a variable name, that is the list name, and then followed by assignment operator. In the open and close square bracket, you have to write the element. Element could be of any data type separated by comma. So you should not write element with the spaces. A comma is must and required to create a list. And also, if you don't know about naming convention of a variable, I would recommend you to watch out the previous video, and the link for the same video is given in the description. Here is the example of list created in Python. We'll also see it in real time using Python command line interface. You can create list by writing your list name followed by assignment operator and then the elements of a list in square bracket separated by comma. If you write my list equal to simple open and close a square bracket, then this will create an empty list. So it will not have any value, but the list name still exists in Python. So you can further add and delete elements. We'll see how to add and delete element. So in Python, we can write my list equal to open square bracket and then number 7 2.7 and then close bracket. So this will create a list in Python. Now if you want to see the list, you can directly type my list and you'll get the list. This is how Python creates a list. How to access element in the list? So we have created list with certain elements. Now the question arises how to access those elements. So list, as I told you, has element with index. So to access element 22 from the list, we can write a command mylist and then open and close square bracket and then 0. This holds index number. So if you write the index number 0, then you get 22 as an output. So when we write my list, open square bracket and close square bracket with index, and then you can see you'll get 22. So similarly, we can access all the elements with the help of index. If you want to access 34, you can use my list, and then in open and close square bracket, you can write the index number. You will get the corresponding elements. So accessing last element of a list, for example, list is too long and you want to get the last element of the list, or the second last element of the list, or the third last element of the list, you can use -1. So -1 reference to the end of the list. So to access the last element of a list, you can use -1. We'll see through an example. For example, I want to access the last element. I can use -1 and I'll get the last element, 2.7. Next we'll have slicing a list. Slicing elements of a list means extracting one or more element from a list at a time. So syntax for slicing an element looks like my list, name of your list, and then square bracket, and then index number, starting index number, colon, end index number. So it will give you all element which start at index number 1 and up till 3 but not including 3. So don't confuse, it will give you a element from index number 1 to 3 but not including 3. So it will give you two values. We'll see through an example. My list, and then I want from index number 1 up to 3 but not including 3. So see, we'll get the result 34 and 7. 34 is at index number 1 and 2.7 is at index number 3. So as I told you, it will give you the element starting from index number 1, that is 34, till index number 3 but not including 3. Another alternative way is writing my list 1 colon. So it means it will give you all the elements starting from index number 1 till end, because end is not defined. So it will give you all the element beginning at index number 1 till the end. So we'll see the result: 34, 7, 2.7. 34 is at index number 1 and 2.7 is the last element. So it will give you all the elements starting from 1 till end. So now moving ahead, to find the index of an element in the list. Here the list is very small, we can find out the index, but in case if it is a big list, we do not know the length of the list and we are interested to find out index of a particular element. 7 is an element in the list and I want to know the index of this element. So we'll go through an example and we'll write my list dot index. Index is the keyword. Here it's a normal bracket, and whatever element you want to know the index for, you can write the element and you'll get the index. We know 7 is at index 2. Further, we'll see how to add an element to the list. We already have a list and we wanted to add more elements to the list. So we can do it by using append. Append is a keyword to add the element at the end of the list. And if you want to add the element at a specific location, then there is another command called insert. Using insert command, you can insert the element at a particular index. Here 1 is the index and 20 is the element. If I wanted to insert element 20 at index location 1, then I can use this command. We'll see through a live example. So we already have this list. I wanted to add 40 to this list. So I'll use append keyword 40, and then if I wanted to see the result, I can check. I can see 40 is added at the end. Similarly, I wanted to use insert function dot insert. I wanted to insert 20 at location 1. So I'll write index location followed by the element and it is inserted. You can check it. So we have 20 inserted at index location 1. To remove an element from the list, there is a command called pop, and you can use this command to remove the last element of the list. Similarly, if you want to remove a specific element, not from the index but the specific element from the list, you can directly use command remove and in the bracket you can write that particular element. So the first instance of that element, the element 20, is located at multiple time in the list. So my list.remove command will remove the first instance of 20. Whichever first 20 is present in the list will be removed using this command. So we'll see through an example. I wanted to remove the last element, so I can write my list dot pop, and then it automatically removes 40 and it gives you the result. In case you wanted to check the current value of list, you can see 40 is removed. Earlier 40 was there, the last element was removed using pop command. Now similarly, if I wanted to remove 20 from the list, so I can write my list dot remove and then element. This will remove 20. Now we'll check the list. See, the element 20, which was at position index 1, was removed using remove command. For example, I wanted to delete element at particular index. I am not interested in knowing the number. Instead, I wanted to delete from particular index. Then this command will be used, delete. So del. This is a little bit different from pop and remove. So you can use del and list your list name and then square bracket. Here it is different. So here if I write 2, will be removing 7 because at index 2 element 7 is present. So this will delete the element at index location 2, and we can verify it. Now we'll see the element 7 is removed. So to remove an element from list, we have command called pop, remove and delete. So based on your application or need, you can use all of these or any one of these commands to delete an element from the list. If you want to delete complete list from Python, then you have command del mylist and mylist.clear. Both these command will work in similar fashion. You can use both these command interchangeably to delete the complete list. Now we'll see the various list operations. Apart from deleting and adding and removing the elements, we'll see other operations which can be used with the list. So to count the number of times a particular element is present in the list, Python has a command called count. So we'll write an example. So we'll create another list, list1 equal to 2, 6, 7, 2, 4, 6. So we have created one list with the name list1. Now I wanted to check how many times this element 6 is repeated in the list. So we can count the number of 6 in the list by using command list1, the name of the list, dot count and then that particular element. So we'll see the result 2. So 6 has been repeated 2 times in the list. To reverse the element order in the list, there is a command in Python that is called reverse. You put list name dot reverse and then followed by open and close bracket. It will reverse the order of list. We'll see through an example. List1 dot reverse. Reverse, and then it will reverse the order of the list. We can check it. So earlier it was 2, 6, 7, 2, 4, 6, and then now it is 6, 4, 2, 7, 6, 2. So the order is completely reversed. Now to make a copy of a list, in case you wanted to copy complete list into another list and then use it for further processing, we have command in Python that is called copy command. You can use list1.copy or the name of your list.copy to copy a complete list. So we'll see through an example. If I wanted to copy a list 1 into 2, then we'll write list2 equal to list1 dot copy. So this will create a copy of list1 and store it in list2. We'll check it, list2, it is this one, and list1, it will be same. So we have created another copy of the same list using Python command. Now adding two lists. Yes, this is possible in Python to add two list. You will see through an example. I wanted to add these two lists, so it will not add element wise, but it will add the second list after the end of the first list. So what I'm trying to say is list3 equal to list1 plus list2. So it will create another list which will have both the element of list1 and list2. We can check it through. Since this is similar element, similar list, so it's hard to distinguish, but yes, I am sure you can understand. The first element of list 1 is included in list 3, as well as at the end of list 1, list 2 elements are present. So this is called kind of extending a list using plus operator. To calculate the length of a list, in case we are interested to find out what is the size of this list, we can use the function len to calculate the list. So we can write len and then followed by list name. For example, list 1, it will give you 6, and if you wanted to know the length of list 3, then it will give you 12. Now moving ahead, we'll see how the sorting in list happen in Python. And sorting means arranging a number in ascending or descending order. To sort element in the ascending order, we have a function in Python called sort. It will sort the element in the ascending order. This is by default. There is also another function sort, and in this you have to give argument reverse equal to false. This will also do the same thing. We'll see why you are using reverse equal to false, because in case we wanted to sort the list in descending order, then we have to make reverse equal to true. We'll see in the next example. So we'll first execute this example. Like I'll try to write list1 dot sort. It will sort the list in the ascending order, and we can check it. All the list elements are sorted in ascending order. Now if I write list1 dot sort and then reverse equal to false, sorry, F should be capital, false, then this will do the same thing. You can check. So both operations work in the same fashion. It will sort the list in the ascending order. Now to sort the element in the descending order, we have a function called same function sort, but in this case reverse equal to true. In our last case it was false. So we'll see through an example. We'll write list1 dot sort and then reverse equal to true. So this will sort the element in the descending order. So we'll check the element. Now we can see all the elements are sorted in ascending. All the elements are sorted in descending order. I think the video is getting too lengthier. I do not want to put all the contents in this video so that you get confused. So we have planned next videos in which we will cover nested list, that is list inside a list, and how to access the element of that nested list. Basically nested lists are sometimes referred as two-dimensional list. So that's all for this video. If you have any questions, suggestions, feedback, then please write your input in the comment section. We'll be happy to answer your all queries. See you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching this video. We'll keep on adding the content, so please like, comment and subscribe. Thank you.